Paxton beat Cornyn in the Texas Senate race, showing Trump leads the party. Europe is committing suicide, and the Democrats celebrate Eid. All that and more on Daytime. I'm your host, Avery Daye. Ken Paxton beat John Cornyn in the Texas Senate race. Of course, Paxton was endorsed by Trump. And all this does for me is further prove that Trump is the leader of the Republican Party, and there's no one else in politics that has the pull, the influence, the sway, the swagger that he does. There's no one as influential as Donald Trump. No one. In the primaries for governor, Trump endorsed 8 candidates. All 8 of those candidates won. For the House, Trump endorsed 101 candidates. All 101 of those candidates won. For the Senate, he endorsed 9 candidates, and all 9 of those candidates won. Trump is the most influential politician of our time. Ken Paxton was outspent 9-1, yet he won by 28 percentage points. Trump endorsed Paxton really for the SAVE Act, but let's just read it in Trump's words. Trump takes to Truth Social to write, the highly respected Attorney General of Texas, Ken Paxton, an American First patriot and someone who has always been extremely loyal to me and our amazing MAGA movement, is running for the United States Senate to represent a place I love and won big 3 times with 6.4 million votes in 2024, most votes in the history of the state by far. I know Ken well, have seen him tested at the highest and most difficult levels, and he is a winner. Ken is a strong supporter of terminating the filibuster and, very importantly, the Save America Act, something which polls at 87%, including Democrats. And yet they can't seem to get approved. Perhaps Ken can help move these important elements of government forward, because with the filibuster, as an example, the Democrats will terminate it on their first day in office, giving us 2 extra states, DC and Puerto Rico, and a greatly enlarged Supreme Court of the United States, probably going with their dream number of 21 justices from the 9 that we currently have. And these new justices will be radical left lunatics. 2 years ago, our country was dead. Now we have the hottest country anywhere in the world, and I want to keep it that way. Ken Paxton will help me do that, making America bigger, better, and stronger than ever before. It's a very long post. We'll keep it up if you want to pause and read it. He writes, John Cornyn is a good man, and I worked well with him, but he was not supportive of me when times were tough. Really what this is about is the SAVE Act. Cornyn was kind of seen as a GOP rhino, and he wasn't going hard enough for the SAVE Act and applying pressure. And now the expectation of Paxton is to put pressure on other members of the GOP to nuke the filibuster. Paxton will face Democrat weirdo. This guy's a freak, James Talarico. Look at him. That's fake, 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 fake. What is that? You're not fooling anyone. That's not Texas. This guy is seriously weird. He talks about his love for trans kids. Watch.
Something that you love that's not family or friends.
I love, and just say this because it's on my mind, the trans children who showed up yesterday at the state capitol to advocate for their humanity. They shouldn't have to, but it was an inspiration to watch.
Who says that? I mean, come on, you are mentally ill if you're thinking about transitioning children. If you're an adult who hasn't thought through why transitioning children is a problem, if you're an adult who can't figure out that this is extremely dangerous for kids, if you're an adult who is okay with permanently mutilating children and teaching them that they are not perfect the way they are, you should not be in our government. It shows that you lack serious critical thinking skills. You don't have any values or morals, and you are someone who will sway with the wind, because I promise you, when these kids grow up and realize the permanent damage that was done to them by adults like this freak, they'll pretend they weren't the ones pushing this down their throats. There is nothing moral about this. And the fact that he, James Talarico, and so many others, including all of Democrat leadership, can't see that is shocking and shows they have no place in our government. I have a friend from UCLA who I saw in Dallas about a month ago. He's very conservative, but he has a lot of moderate or not very politically charged friends. And he told me that all of his friends love Talarico. They think he's so great and middle of the road and logical. Okay, newsflash, there is nothing middle of the road about someone supporting the mutilation of children. There is nothing middle of the road about wanting open borders and saying that we should treat our southern border as a welcome mat, which James Talarico did. There's nothing middle of the road about demonizing white people. All things Talarico has done. I don't care how much you hate Trump, how much you hate the Republican Party. This guy is a red flag. There is nothing that could be done to anyone with logic who really does a deep dive into this to think that this is an okay man to support. Somehow, it's expected to be a close race, but I have faith in Texas. So long as Republicans get out and vote, we don't vote. So please go vote. Texas is so great because they haven't elected a Democrat to the Senate since 1988. Don't start now. Please, please. Don't be like Europe, who's committing suicide.